Hello, my name is Katrina, and I'm here in downtown Hilo at Elevated Wellness Studio. And today I want to introduce you to one of my 3 classes that I offer here called Vital Movement. So Vital Movement is designed to provide lubrication to the joints through these sort of gentle movements that move through range of motion. At the same time, building just a little bit of core, a little bit of muscle strength, slowly, gently, and incrementally. And so I'm going to show you today a pose that we would take from the yoga tradition, a very challenging pose, and we're going to turn it into a more accessible pose that accomplishes a few things at the same time. So this, the challenging version of this pose is called boat pose. And so boat pose is a core pose where essentially we're going to use our core to support our lower back and our legs. We're going to lift our legs up, we're going to lift our arms up, and hold, right? That to me is already very challenging. So I like to bring it down a notch, bring it down a notch, and bring it down a notch. So what we're going to do to accomplish that is we're going to actually lay down on our mat. And I've laid down a yoga blanket here to give myself a little bit of extra padding along my lower back. So I'm going to lay down here. And in Vital Movement, we would start by taking some of the basics of the boat pose, which is sort of hip opening and a little bit of core work here. And so we would just start by grabbing the knees and just moving the knees gently forward and backward, really working out some tension in the lower back. And also, without really noticing, we're building a little bit of core here in our abs, in our lower back area, and our pelvic area. We might also open those knees a little bit wider and move those knees forward and back. And if you did for this for a couple of minutes, even though right now it doesn't seem very strenuous, you would notice the impact of the core work that you're doing. So this would be our sort of most introductory level. And if you were in my Vital Movement class, you could absolutely stay here. So what I like to do is offer options. So I'll start you at a sort of accessible level, and then I will offer you options that allow you to try more challenging variations. And they're always an option for you to choose, and you can always stay at the introductory level if you wish. So from this movement, we might begin to lift up. And as we lift up, we're actually massaging more of our spine. And this is that extra benefit I was talking about. I'm going to scoot down a little bit. There we go. So we're just massaging the spine, and we're definitely getting a core workout here. I can already feel the core working from sort of the middle of my neck all the way down to my tailbone. But just very gently. Just enough for me to notice, but not too much for me to feel strenuous or stretch or resistant. And so right here, we're moving towards what you would notice as that boat pose, right? This middle part of the boat pose. So this would be the next level. And then if we wanted to take it up a level from there, we might extend out our arms as we come up. Or we might extend out the legs. Or we might do both and just pause for a moment. And you can see how over time, we might be able to hold it for a couple of moments. And then eventually, over a period of time, we might be able to find some stability in that boat pose and hold it for a period of time. So this is one of the goals of all of my classes, and Vital Movement in particular, is building incremental progress over time. So over time, we're opening up our joints, we're finding mobility and movement and flexibility, and we're slowly building up the core. One of the things I learned from dealing with upper back pain from a computer job was that you can't stretch your way out of pain. You can stretch and stretch and stretch, and it might feel good in the moment. But until you build up the muscles so that you're finding that correct geometry for your body, so that all of your muscles are correctly balanced in relation to your structure, your spine, that you're still going to have that pain. So if I'm still hunched over, I'm still going to have that pain no matter how many shoulder exercises I do. So vital movement is helping us slowly build up those core muscles, moving towards that position of better posture, better balance, so that all of our muscles are working together and you don't have certain muscles doing all of the work and experiencing fatigue, while other muscles are getting weaker and also experiencing pain because they're pulling on areas that they shouldn't be. So these are the kinds of things we cover in our class. Vital movement is a very gentle and accessible class for pretty much everybody of all ages, and I do my best to make adaptations for any kinds of injuries or anxieties that you might have coming into class. So I hope to see you soon. Thank you.